Welcome back, welcome back. Today we're talking about engineering. Playing this game, eventually you're going to get to the point where you're going to have to do some kind of engineering. Even if all you want to do is exploration, sooner or later you're going to have to work on your jump range. This game was designed to be, what they call pseudo-realistic. Trying to make it as real as life, what they think life might be like in 1,000 years. And just like in real life, you have to do things you don't want to do in order to be able to do the things you do want to do. And it's the same way in this game. They force you to do things you don't really want to do, and the engineering grind is part of that. But there's ways to do it easier and faster. And I've tried every different way there is, but I'm going to tell you, there are ways, fast ways of getting engineering materials and slow ways. Mission rewards and chasing down ships with a wake scanner is all very, very slow, very inefficient. It'll take you forever. There are many shortcuts, and I'm going to show you. Let's start by looking at some of the engineers. As you can see, there's engineers do all sorts of things. I don't really mess with these suit engineers much because you don't need them. Heratani, she does power plants and power distributors up to grade 5, and they all have their own little things. You learn about Heratani from Liz Ryder, which means you have to go to her first to get an invitation. Rank outside or higher, and you brought her 50 units of cigars. They all have their own little weird things they want. Lee Chung, shield generators and shield boosters to grade 5. Bill Turner's plasma accelerators and utilities. You want your grade 5 engineers. You want to do, in Celine Jean, hull reinforcement and armor is really a good one. Professor Palin, engines and thrusters, which may interest a lot of people. You want your grade 5 engineers. You don't want to go to 1 to do some grade 5 and engineer up to grade 1 or 2 while you're there on something different. Now, Felicity is what we're going to focus on because this will be your first engineer if you're a newer player. You take her 1 meta alloy, and you got her unlocked. Now, if you go to Inara, link your account and import your game data, which you should do because Inara is a invaluable tool. You're going to be using it a lot. You can do this without linking your account, but it helps as far as showing the types of materials that you have and such. So you go to Felicity and click on her, and this works with any engineer. You click on Felicity, and then you look for the particular type of upgrade you want. In this case, it's increased range frameshift drive. And when you click on that, it will show you the materials that you need to get to grade 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. For grade 1, you see you need atypical disrupted wake echoes, which is a encoded material. And that high wake scanning and mission reward is a horrible way to do it. Chemical processors for grade 2 as a manufactured material. And if you want to go to grade 3, you need phosphorus, which is raw. Chemical processes manufactured in strange wake solutions, which is encoded. You basically always need a raw material, an encoded, and a manufacturer to get to each unit, each grade. And don't think this little 1 on the side, that's what you need for 1 click of the wheel. That doesn't mean you only need 1, period. You should get 10, 15, 20 of each of everything. And it should also get you a dedicated material gathering ship, an all-around ship that you do your on-foot stuff in, your Guardian stuff if you go to the Guardian sites to get the modules, your material gathering. You need a good all-around ship with a lot of internal space, medium-sized ship, of course, and I recommend the Python. It has a ton of internal space. It's maneuverable. It's quick. It's a medium-sized ship. It's got a lot of hard points, even though you won't really need them. It's just a good all-around, best multi-purpose ship in the game to me. Now you want to put 2 point defense turrets on the top. Make sure they are on the top. And that's for the Guardian sites. Optional internals, you want a cargo rack because you're going to have to haul around limpets for your material gathering. I would recommend really about 100. You want a good size fuel scoop, 6A or 5A, because this is your bubble jumper, your all around ship. Gonna be flying around in a lot. You definitely want a planetary vehicle hangar and get 2 SRVs. You don't ever want to go anywhere with only 1 SRV. 2 SRVs, a Scorpion and a Scarab. And you will need a collector limpet controller, either a 3A or a 5A, since if you use a Python, you have the slots for it. That will give you 3 active limpets, which will speed things up. And of course, you want to stick a frame shift drive booster on your all-around jumping ship. And I have a small little bi-weave shield generator to help on jump range. It's just a little class 4, just enough to give you a little shield. You definitely want a detailed surface scanner on your all-around material gathering work ship. And I have a blank internal slot that I couldn't really think of anything to put there, so just for lighter weight and better jump range, I left it blank. And as a personal choice, I like to have a docking computer and Super Cruise Assist, so I can multitask and do other things while I'm cruising to a station or whatever. But that's a personal choice. Core internals, you certainly want lightweight alloys on your multi-purpose ship for better jump range. The smallest power plant you can get away with. See, I have a 6A. I require 22 megawatts, and I've got 25.20 megawatts. So that's just about right. Now, I do like to have my thrusters fully engineered. I like the maneuverability. I got grade 4 clean drive tuning and drag drives right now. Since this is basically, you usually always want dirty drive tuning on your combat ships and stuff. But since this is just a multi-role, multi-purpose material gathering ship, I got clean drive. And you, of course, always want the absolute best frame shift drive you can get on your multi-purpose ship. If you lightweight your other modules, such as your life support and your distributor, you see I have a 7D. It gets you 2 or 3 more light years. And derate every module you can, because remember, this is jump range is key on your multi-purpose ship. And the 2-point defense, the remote release flak launchers are a trick I use to speed the material gathering process up. We'll get into that in a minute. Now first we're going to talk about encoded materials. Now forget about wake scanning and all that crap. It'd take you forever. It's a huge waste of time. You come to Jameson's crash site, HIP 12099. Gather up all this grade 5 data and then go to the material trader and trade down. The simplest way to do it. And the fastest. Now, if you've never been here before, you will have to use a surface scanner the first time to be able to find the ship. Pop it one time in the middle. Move your little cursor out. Those 3 dots, see those 3 little dots that pop up? Center that on your cursor in the middle slot. Pop it at 12 o'clock. And do it again at 9 o'clock. And 3 o'clock. Okay, that's good enough. And 6 o'clock. And that one that will curve around the planet, hit it on the backside, and you can get you a 100% scan without having to fly around the planet. And once you got you a 100% scan, you will see Jameson crash site on your nav panel. So lock that sucker in and get your booty on down there. Now, there used to only be 4 of these little comms control things you scan down here. Now there's about 15. That's what you want to scan to get your grade 5 data. There's another one right there. They're called comms control. They're just all over the place. You look at my little radar screen, you'll see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just kind of all over the place. And there's one couple right here at the back of the ship. So you want to target the comms control. Now I need to switch modes. Data link scanner. Okay. Scan it, hold the trigger down, and you will get a, you look in the upper right hand corner, you'll see a bunch of put it there. There's another one there, hidden behind the rock. An adaptive encrypted capture, the typical encrypted archives and cracked industrial firmware. It's all grade 5. I think the cracked is grade 4. You're getting a ton of it. That is not one. This one, control. Scan that and keep an eye on your upper right hand corner. You'll see what you're getting. But okay, that's full. But still picked up 3 of the other things. When you see this unable to receive data storage full thing, don't worry about that. Just keep going, because you may be full of one thing, but that doesn't mean you're full of all of it. You'll still be picking up other stuff. Scan each one, you can pan around, see unable to receive data storage full. But I still picked up adaptive encrypted captures, cracked industrial firmware, and modified consumer firmware. So maybe you're full of one type and not full of another type. You're still going to pick it up. So just keep scanning. Fill up on this stuff. This is all grade 5 and grade 4. And then you will go to the material trader, trade the good stuff for the cheap stuff, because you get a whole bunch of cheap stuff or 1 or 2 good stuff. And you come back and fill up on more grade 5. And repeat that process. Once you know the spot to get all the grade 5, it's just a matter of trading for what you need and filling up the holes. Until you have all, you can see unable to receive data storage full. Yeah, but I still got adaptive encrypted captures and modified consumer firmware. I believe both of those are grade 5. And you get 3 for each one. So it does not take long to fill up completely on this stuff. 10 minutes. I mean, once you scan all these, you log out, you log back in, and before you know it, you're full. All right, we're going to talk about manufactured materials now, where to get grade 5. And the best place, of course, is high grade emissions. Now, I've been coming to Chuchawimba for quite a while, but what you need is a high population system, somewhere in the millions or billions. It's in a state of war or civil war, some type of conflict. There's battles going on. So there'll be high-grade emissions or high-grade materials floating in space from leftover battles. When you get to the system, you'll always have to target the nav beacon and scan it. Scan the nav beacon, then you jump back to Super Cruise, and you check your nav panel and look for high-grade emission signal sources. Now, there may be 1, there may be 2 or 3, then again there may be none. They spawn in kind of randomly. If you don't find any, you can jump to another system that you may have bookmarked. Try over there, then come back. Maybe some have spawned in here. Most of the time you'll find you one. You scan this nav beacon. Once you see system data downloaded, you jump back to Super Cruise. And every time you jump into the system, you have to scan the nav beacon. And you can just use your filters or just scroll on down. They're usually way on out there. There's a high-grade emission right there. Lock it in and look in your upper right-hand corner, 15 and you'll see there is 15 minutes remaining. It's 36,000 light years. It's not too bad, but it's not too good. So we'll try this other one. Lock it in. Oh, there's only 1 minute remaining on that one, so that's no good. And it looks like that's the only 2. So we'll just have to go with this one. But you only need 1. It takes all of 3 minutes to fill up and get 100. So we're going to jump ahead, and here we are. We've arrived. Now, if you look at my radar there, you'll see there are tons of materials floating around here. It's like 30 or 40. And again, each one gives you 3. It's probably going to be Imperial shielding. It's an Imperial system. It's left as wreckage as Imperial ships, so it's probably going to be Imperial shielding. You shoot your limpets out. You don't have to do anything else. Just crank the old limpets out and let them start raking it in. Yep, Imperial shielding. I'm going to raise up. Yeah, Imperial shielding. That's fine. That's grade 5 manufactured. See how long it takes to rake this stuff in. See how quick they're working. This is why 3 limpets is good. check. Oh, I emptied these out at the material trader, so I had 0. Imperial shielding 31. So I've been sitting here all of 30 seconds, and I have 31 already. We're gonna watch and see how fast this goes up. All right, it's 34, 37, 40, 43. Climbing pretty fast. So as you can see, it does not take long to get up to a quick 100. In the same process, hop over to the material trader, which there is one just 7 light years away in Corngari. Corngari. Go over there and trade your grade 5s for whatever you need. Empty out all your Imperial shielding. Come right back over here, scan the nav beacon again, get you another signal source, and get you another quick 100. Go back and do that again, and you can trade grade 5 material for grade 5. Say you're looking for military grade alloys or proto heat radiators, and yeah, you only get 1 for 6. But rather than flying around looking for proto heat radiators, you can get 100 Imperial shielding, go over there, trade for 16 proto heat radiators. Come right back, get you another 100 in 3 minutes. Go over there and trade for another 16. Now you have 32 proto heat radiators, which is enough to do whatever you need to do. And it's far quicker and more efficient than going all over the place looking for individuals. And now for the raw materials. Kolidisky, the crashed Anaconda, is a great place to get grade 4 raw materials. There is no grade 5 raw materials. It only goes up to grade 4. And out here you get antimony and tellurium and ruthenium, technetium. And you can trade for the simple stuff. If you need nickel and iron and phosphorus, you don't go to planets, you don't mine for it. Come get this grade 5, grade 4 stuff. Go to the material trader and you can get like 50 nickel for just 1 of these antimony that you'll pick up out here. Now, if you don't have the remote release flak launcher, which you can get from the rescue ships, the mega ships, you can do this with just your SRV. That's the way we used to do it. You had to get out and drive around. And there was only 3 cargo racks, but now there's like 20 cargo racks here. They're all over the place. And you can shoot them with your SRV and scoop it up. I'll show you that real quick, just in case you don't have the flak launcher. Just takes a little more time, still relatively easy. Flak launcher and collector limpets work a whole lot better. Look at all these cargo racks. Every one of these cargo racks has 3 or 4 raw materials in there, grade 4. And for each one you get 3. You target the cargo rack. If I can get the cargo rack targeted, pick up a little bit, okay. And you blast it. And the stuff pops out, and here we got tellurium. Good stuff, grade 4. Sure your cargo scoops open. And we just picked up tellurium. And there's some more tellurium. That's good. There's ruthenium, it's a grade 4, but I've already got 150 of that. I can't pick none of that up. That's fine. Cargo rack. Boom. What we got going on? Looks like more ruthenium. Ruthenium. More like the correct pronunciation. Antimony. Good stuff. Top tier. Definitely want the antimony. Another cargo rack. Conium, that's a grade 3. Watch out for this wreckage, because you will get hung up on that junk. That's self-destruct. All the more reason to make sure you have 2 SRVs. Now, if you do have the flak launcher, this process is so much easier. Bring you about 100 collector limpets. And of course, you got your collector limpet controller. Pull out the flak launcher. And you want to only use them one at a time. You only get 30 rounds in these things. Just rain them down. You want to put your flak launchers in separate fire groups so you don't fire them at the same time. Get 2, minimum 2, or maybe even 3 separate fire groups, so you only use them one at a time because you only get 30 rounds. So when you run out of ammo on one, you just switch fire groups. And now you have a second one with another 30 rounds. Shoot out your collector limpets. Now go down and snatch it up and bring it back, and all you gotta do is sit there. Oh, they're already wiping out on wreckage. They will wipe out on wreckage. You're gonna lose a lot of limpets, so that's why you bring 100. Let's see, picking up antimony and tellurium. That's good. Bring it on up here, fellas. Sometimes this stuff, you know, it rolls up under here. I logged out, log back in. We're going to start the process again. When you log back in, you're just going to be sitting in the same spot, floating directly over the site with your nose pointed down. Couple of shots toward the middle. That's good. One more. That should be enough. A little overkill. Alright, pop out the old limpets. Oh, he looks like he's heading for wreckage already. If they start wiping out, or some of this stuff will roll up under the wreckage and they'll go down there and they'll just keep wiping out. You can kind of reposition your ship, spin around the other way, and change the angle of descent and ascent. And sometimes that'll help them. Yeah, we need to lower the cargo scoop. Antimony, bring it in. Just do this as many times as you want. Head to the material trader. From Kolodiski here, there is a raw material trader right here in Soyota. It's like 4.3 light years away. Now this Kolodiski site is like 90,000 light seconds. So if you go to the material trader and you jump back to Kolodiski, you're going to have to fly 90,000 light seconds again to the planet. Of course, if you have the SCO, it's not really a big problem. And it's still worth it. So we're here over here at Gohar Hub in my beloved Python lug nuts. Seen better days. Now we're going to hit the material trader. I'm pretty full on most of this stuff, but the stuff on the left is the low grade stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to grade 4. The sulfur, the phosphorus, the carbon, that's the cheap stuff. It's technetium, lithium, and all this you got, that's the good stuff. Let's see, I'm going to give you an example here. Let's say you needed some iron, for example. So you select the material you're looking for, you select iron. Then you go up to your grade 4, let's say tellurium. Oh, I can't trade for that because I'm already full of iron. Okay, bad example. So we'll pick something else. Nope, that's not what I want to trade. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so nickel. How many tellurium? We get 27 nickel for just 1 tellurium. Beginning to see the picture? Instead of going to look for nickel, just go where all the grade 5 stuff is. Grade 4 rather. Come here and fill up the nickel. 290. Okay, I'm doing this wrong. Material I'm looking for is carbon. Select that. Then go pick your high grade stuff. It could be any of this stuff. Try the antimony. 9 nickel or whatever that was for 2 antimony. And this is the process you use for all 3 types of materials. At the encoded material trader, at the manufactured. Get your high grade stuff. Start at the bottom over here on the left and work your way up. Fill all your zeros up, starting with the easiest first. Look at this phosphorus. 9 phosphorus. You can get 27 phosphorus with the quickness for just 6 of the grade 4 stuff. So why go looking for phosphorus? You can go to a separate place for carbon and a separate place for sulfur and spend all this time looking for carbon, phosphorus, and sulfur when you can just go to Kolodisky, Crash Anaconda, get this grade 4 stuff and hit the material trader. Now to find material traders, they're all pretty much all over the place. You go to Kanara again, link your account, search nearest, and we're in Toyota. Since my account linked, it already knows where I'm at. Click on Station Services and go down to Material Trader. Click on that and click Search. And you'll see the closest raw material trader is, of course, Gohar Hub in Toyota, where we're at. If I wanted to manufacture it, I'd go to McLean Terminal over in, surprise, surprise, Kolodisky. And the closest encoded material trader, it looks like, is over in Hygienering, whatever, an LTT 12294. It's only 48 light years away. So it's not too hard to find a material trader. You go and trade your stuff, fill your holes up. You shouldn't have to spend more than a day or two, maybe 3 days tops. You'll be completely full on raw, encoded, and manufactured. Now we're going to come over here to see Mr. Palin, Professor Palin, to finish off these thrusters. And give you an example of a little engineering. I'll run over here and visit my baby's mama, because she's out here at his place. She works here. That's another reason I'm coming. We're going to top off the old thrusters here on the pimp wagon lug nuts. And again, most of the time you want to go dirty drive tuning with drag drive for the experimental on your engines, but I went with clean drive simply because it is a all-around ship and it's perfectly fine. Drag drives are my experimental. Most of the time you want to go dirty drive. It's better for combat and stuff like that. Alright, so we'll go down here. And our experimentals you can choose from. Thermal spreads, better for cooling, drive distributors, strip down for lighter weight, double braced is reinforced. Drag drives just gives you much better boost. So I've got drag drives and we got clean drive and we are going for grade 5. Yeah, we need conductive ceramics, tin, and abnormal compact emissions data. So we'll generate that. As you can see, one click gets you like a quarter of around the wheel. So that little 1 doesn't mean anything. You really need 4 or 5 to get all the way around the wheel one time. Bam. One more time. Should do it. All right, there we go. And now we got grade 5 clean drive tuning with drag drives for the experimental. So that is basically the process. Go to these 3 key locations, get your grade 5s, go to the material trader, trade down and fill up your holes. And in no time, you'll have all the engineering materials you need for what you want to get done. And we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time.